Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking a cheeky look at 𝗗𝗊𝗪 and the VV app. This is a special video, Chris, because we're going to have an interview with Dan from 𝗗𝗊𝗪 as well, and we're going to go through a lot of your questions that you've given us, and yeah, we're going to see, what's actually going on here from Dan's perspective. Obviously, there's some fantastic things happening in this space, and it's great to connect with Dan all about these things, Chris.
Yeah, buzzing about this. Great interview. So yeah, let's get right into it, Nick.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a brief kind of overview of what 𝗗𝗊𝗪 is and about 𝗗𝗊𝗪, about the VV collectibles app. So yeah, and then once we're through all of that, we're going to jump straight on over to the interview with Dan, ask those questions, see how he's doing, and all that great stuff. So if you find it useful, informative, hit the like button. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe, because by subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the various different videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto, and you'll be kept well informed. It's free, so why not? Right, with all that said, Chris, let's jump over to the desktop and talk a little bit about what 𝗗𝗊𝗪 is, what the VV app is all about, and then jump into this interview with Dan from 𝗗𝗗𝗪.
Well, let's do it, Nick. Let's get into it.
Fantastic. So 𝗗𝗗𝗪 is a technology company based in Singapore and is leading the way in the emerging digital collectible space. And not only are they leading, I believe they're winning this thing by a landslide, Chris. They're doing some fantastic stuff. So 𝗗𝗗𝗪 offers a one-stop shop for digital collectibles through the 𝗗𝗗𝗪 Collector app, bringing pop culture and entertainment into the 21st century. Ultimately, the Collect app allows users to experience a true ownership of premium digital collectibles. And I have to emphasize the premium element of this. Premium in quality, but not in price. I think these things are very, very affordable, given the the sheer magnitude of their appearance and the way that you actually do own them. So fantastic stuff going on there. And through the app marketplace, users can obtain common, rare, or one-of-a-kind digital collectibles, share these across the social media services, and exchange them with the Collect community, right? So all fantastic things. They do a lot of stuff as well with augmented reality. Yeah, we're going to get into all that kind of good stuff as we get through this, but some fantastic things here. So obviously in the background, you can see this is the 𝗗𝗊𝗪 website, and ultimately we can move over and we can see the VV website here. This is vv.me, and obviously this is available on the App Store and on the Google Play. And it's absolutely fantastic to see some of these collectibles that you can get in virtual showrooms. I do recommend everyone kind of checks out the app. It's fantastic. I downloaded it earlier and I cannot stop scrolling through all of the different kind of collectibles, Chris, I have to say. But 𝗗𝗊𝗪 sees digital collectibles as a new asset class, which offers intellectual property owners the opportunity for new revenue streams in the digital landscape, right? So digital streaming, gaming, and in-app purchasing have become a multi-billion-dollar market, and the next to join this digital trend is the pop culture and collectible industry, and I do agree with that. And as we kind of look through here, we can see all the various different things. I mean, I would highly recommend just downloading the app and having a good look through it. You don't have to buy anything at all, but you can sign up and you can see all the various different things. You'll probably seen a lot of this stuff as well on social media, with people taking photos of their augmented reality Batman, for example, in different settings, and it's fantastic. I am absolutely in awe of this thing, Chris. It's really is something. It's something great within this blockchain space that has another fantastic real world use case. And man, this thing is absolutely popping, Chris, I have to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic stuff going on here.
Yeah, definitely. I think, with the fact that the tokens, you can only get them from a couple of places at the moment. I think you're getting in super early, and that's one aspect to look at it. But then when you look at the collectible pieces. You know, there's the, I guess, I don't know what they're labeling them, Nick, but like first editions and stuff like that. So, you know, you're also able to get in super early into the actual collectible space as well, which I think is remarkable.
Yeah, there's a few things going on ultimately, right? Because with VV itself, you can go here. You don't need to buy or purchase the OMI token, the OMI token. You don't need to purchase that in advance. You can come straight to this app and buy the gems and participate in the collectibles itself. So it's designed for mass market, right? So you don't need to worry about any of that. So it is only available on 2 exchanges currently, 2 fantastic exchanges, although less known. Not the mainstream ones, not Binance, not Coinbase, but Bitfinex and BitMax, and you can go there and you can get the OMI token if that's what you're interested in. Uniswap launches in 5 days from the point of recording this video, so if you're 5 days down the line, it's launched there. So fantastic. That's going to have huge adoption, I think, for the OMI token. But above and beyond that, just downloading the VV app, you can purchase the gems required to participate with these collectibles. You can buy the collectibles without having to even know about the cryptocurrency, which is a fantastic thing in itself as well.
It's definitely gonna help with adoption for sure.
It really, really is. So, Chris, shall we jump over to this interview with Dan, welcome him over to the channel, and get through some of the questions that the community have asked us to ask him?
Yeah, let's get into it, Nick.
Fantastic. So, hi Dan, welcome to Cheeky Crypto. It's fantastic to have you here, and we've already kind of talked through the project with the guys already. This is like the basics of what 𝗕𝗗𝗪 is and the VV platform itself. And a lot of our viewers have been requesting for us to cover the VV project in a bit of detail and discuss the OMI cryptocurrency. And we thought there's no better way to introduce our viewers to 𝗕𝗗𝗪 and VV, rather than getting you on the show here to run through some of their direct questions, really. So, Dan, do you want to give a bit of a brief history as to what VV is and how you got to where you are today?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's a story I like to tell because it does seem that like VV has just come out of nowhere, but really it has been a very, very hard grind for the past 3 years, like any new business. And extra complicated with this one because we're moving into a very new industry, using many technologies, blockchain, AR. Yeah, I do like to let people know that we did start on this journey around 3 years ago. It was actually when 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧 first came out, so might be a bit more than 3 years ago now. And it was at that point we realized that if we could put the licensing partnerships that we had in place with this new crypto collectible craze, there could be an entirely new opportunity come out of this. So the first year was we raised a very small amount of money from friends and family, got things kicked off with our very first product, which was our secure wallet. That was our first sort of product in the crypto space. And then looking at the other opportunities, we really decided to focus on this crypto collectible or digital collectible opportunity. And then so the following 2 years from there was literally just knocking on the doors of licensors. And in the beginning, they were like, digital what? Get out of here. We don't know what you're on about. And then, we were very, very lucky and still are very lucky to have a gentleman in the company by the name of 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗠𝗪𝗠. He found a game in Japan back in the 70s or 80s called Pocket Monster. Brought it back to the West and rebranded it to Pokemon, which I'm sure you guys and some of your fans may know. And so, he's been very instrumental in, getting us in the door with the licensor. So he was able to get us in to see the right people. That was the huge first stepping stone that we had. But of course, by no means did that guarantee anything. So it was still a very hard grind over 2 years. In fact, the higher up the chain you go in these companies, the more you have to prove yourself. So we just kept going back. Every time we went back, we might have one more licensor signed up. The app is a little bit further along. And then, it was really just down to our tenacity. So over the past sort of, 2 to 3 years, just getting on the licensors, getting these licensors on board and then building out the app. The app itself took 2 years. We decided to take the approach of not release an MVP like most companies do now, and then, build iteratively on that. For the reason being is that, we wanted to keep the company, the product commercially sensitive. We wanted to go out there with a bang, with something really good, really top quality, that will give us a leap ahead of the game and ahead of the competition. If we were to release iteratively, other people could follow, copy on what we're doing. So it was very sort of important for us to do that as well. But yeah, I would really just like to say again, thank you for all of our supporters over the past couple of years. I know we have had to be a little bit quiet. There's certain things we couldn't announce due to our licensing agreements. But I hope that, those people who have supported us over all of those years are feeling, much happier now that the product's out. And obviously we've seen a bit of appreciation in the token price, that the product's been very well received. And so, yeah, again, just a big thank you out to all our supporters.
Yeah, it's gone down really, really well. I've seen quite a bit on Facebook and on YouTube. Lots of people are posting images of their augmented reality Batmans and things like that. It's fantastic to see. It really is. It's it almost feels like the next natural evolution for collectibles, I have to say. It just definitely feels you're doing like the right thing. At least it does to me anyway.
Well, actually, funny enough, that's exactly what it says on our website, the next evolution of collectibles.
There you go. It's probably where I picked it up from.
Possibly, yeah. That's subliminal messaging.
It is. It drills you right in the head there, and yeah, you won't forget it. Fantastic. Chris, do you want to kind of hit things off?
Yeah, so some of the viewers have sort of messaged in to say that there's a little bit of confusion around or lack of understanding from their side on some of the OMI tokenomics. There's a little bit of confusion from the guys about that, and they wanted to sort of get an understanding of the OMI token, how it's utilized in the ecosystem, and yeah, I think how you're going to sort of manage the token issue, the tokens that are being issued in the short and long term, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, overall, the OMI token model is effectively deflationary. So on a basic level, every time someone purchases the collectible in the app, whether they're purchasing with fiat or whether they're using it by sending their OMI token in, those spent OMI tokens are sent out of circulation, ultimately ending up in a deflationary model. So that's the very, very basics of it. Where we've put quite a bit of work in is making sure that no matter what happens, whether the user is spending in fiat or they're sending their OMI token in, that deflationary process still happens. And in addition to that, the main utility of the token right now, which I will agree is fairly simple, and we've kept it that way purposefully up till now because the app in itself is vastly complex. The idea of the OMI token always has been, since our crowd sale, that it's a utility token that users can send into the app and redeem collectibles. That's the number one purpose of the OMI token. In saying that, obviously since we started developing, there's been a lot of advancements in what's happening with token models and such. So from Q2 onwards, we'll be starting to look into the other various utilities for the tokens, such as staking and rewards, and a few other sort of exciting things.
Oh, that does sound very, very interesting. We do like a bit of staking, don't we, Chris?
Yeah, we love a bit of staking, that's for sure.
Who doesn't?
Exactly. So, we've been getting a lot of questions around the supply. I think there's like 750 billion, which is it's a number that gets thrown around a lot. But I guess, for those who may be less educated towards it, obviously that's not the amount that will ever be in circulating supply because of the way you kind of got it set up within the ecosystem, right? Do you want to talk a little bit around that and try to kind of convey to the guys, I guess, in simple terms, what the 750 billion is all about?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and to be honest, anyone who's read our white paper or anyone who's read our basic tokenomic article, like these things are explained very clearly.
Yeah.
So there's not 750 billion tokens in circulation, and there never ever will be. The way that the token model is set up is in the background of the app, there are some key wallets, three main wallets: the in-app reserve wallet, the vault wallet, and then the out of circulation wallet. The way that the model is designed, 300 billion OMI tokens will always reside in the in-app reserve wallet, and they will never enter circulation. Then we have the Vault wallet, which by default has around 46 billion tokens. They will also never be part of circulation as well. And just to explain how this works, so whenever someone spends, let's say $10 in the app, $10 of 𝗬𝗠𝗎 is taken from the in-app reserve and moved into the vault. Now, when that user spends $10 in the app, they're basically getting $10 worth of gems. And we've introduced the gem model because it's very easily digestible by anyone, whether you know crypto or not. So when you buy gems, an equivalent amount of 𝗬𝗎 is sent from the in-app reserve into the vault wallet, where it stays until the user spends those gems. Now, when those gems are spent, they are basically just deleted out of the database because they're not a stable coin or anything. They're just an in-app currency. And at that point, that same equivalent amount of 𝗬𝗎 token is then sent through the user's wallet to the out of circulation wallet. That's the basic infrastructure of the sort of the token model that underpins the app. So right now, I think we were doing a calculation the other day. Obviously, the circulating supply always changes. Given the fact that we have around, I think it's 160, 170 billion in circulation now. That's from, crowd sale, from tokens that we might have sold down through the business development fund. And then obviously we've got the team vesting and the actual biz dev fund as well. So I think ultimately the full amount that will ever enter the available market is around 350 to 390 billion over the next sort of coming years. So yeah, users don't need to be concerned about the 750 billion. It's a big number, I know, and it seems a little bit scary, that's for sure. But it's been designed that way because more than 50% of them are effectively utilized by the product.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, I think it's just a really important one to kind of clear up for our guys in the chat and things like that we've seen in the live streams that we do. Some concerns around that. But yeah, when you read the white paper, as you say, things are explained quite clearly, what the vaults are and things like that within the app. So fantastic that you just cleared that up for us. And I guess, Chris, this then obviously moves this conversation on a little bit to talk about exchanges, right? Because there are a few exchanges. I think there's 2 currently that you can get the 𝗬𝗎𝗎 token on, and they can purchase those. But I believe there's some fantastic news that I think hit Twitter a couple of days ago, was it, about Uniswap?
Uniswap, yes. So we're working very hard to get Uniswap up and running for next week. Obviously, the exchanges that we're on now have served us very, very well, and we'll continue to utilize those guys. But I think for any project like ours, Uniswap is the next stage. It opens it up to a lot more, people who want to participate. And obviously, Uniswap is like the most traffic at the moment as well. So it's like, why would we not want to take our business to where, all the foot traffic is?
That's exactly it, isn't it? Footfall's everything, isn't it? So very important. Yeah. But what about Binance, Coinbase? Anything on the radar for those as well?
I mean, nothing on the radar yet. I'd say by the end of the year, it's more than likely that we'll be on some more exchanges. No promises at all, but obviously as the business grows, and more people become interested in the token, then the more opportunity there is for larger exchanges, and the more need there is for larger exchanges. So, we very much just evolve with the times. And I think, one thing to, just keep in mind as well that, we've been working on this for 3 years. We've been very, very under the radar. And then we just managed to launch at, a very, very opportune time. And so everything's gone basically from zero to hero in the past sort of 3 months. So, we to be totally honest with you guys, we always anticipated that we would sort of have at least a 6-month window to, to build up our team, build up the exchange relationships. But it's that hasn't happened.
It's exactly, isn't it? It kind of hits you pretty hard.
It's gone foot to the floor. Yeah, I mean, great problem to have. Don't get me wrong. So yeah, I mean, I think really just watch the space. Like we're going to continue to be making moves in the scene, and I'm sure that more than likely is going to include more exchanges in the future.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that you're doing fantastic things in the NFT space. Obviously, you've got the DeLorean behind you there, the Back to the Future, massive hype on that one. Lots of talk around that.
Very, very excited, and also a little bit scared, to be honest, when the drop comes out for that one. Yeah, so I'll be getting up, whatever it is, 3 a.m. my time to with the rest of the team to make sure everything is going well.
Definitely. I mean, it's I think there's a lot of people that are hyped for that one for sure. Very, very interesting stuff. And I guess, you know, there's the two exchanges. I can try to think. It's Bit4X, isn't it? For those who are interested, and I forget the name of the second one. Bitmax, is it?
Bitmax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, for anyone who's interested, those are the current exchanges. But Uniswap, I think, is going to be a massive deal when that all launches. That's going to be really interesting times to see what happens there for anyone who's interested in OMI for sure. And I guess the other question when it comes to, like, you know, the token itself, the cryptocurrency, is you know, to use the VV itself, you know, do you need to purchase the OMI token, or can you buy the gems directly in the app? Because I was exploring it earlier, and it seems that you could potentially just purchase the gems directly, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So the idea, you know, as I've mentioned in a number of my videos, is that, you know, we always wanted to make this mass market. I mean, this, you know, we've got mass market brands, you know, there's 10 million Batman fans. We want to make sure that the product is accessible to them. That's really been the biggest, you know, barrier to most blockchain token companies, you know, really since this industry was spawned, that, you know, breaking into this mass market. And that's why we have, you know, the token model, which may seem a bit complex, but it's there so we are able to facilitate this, you know, this two-way, you know, service to crypto community, which will grow 100%. You know, even I anticipate that, you know, the mainstream coming in, they learn about NFTs, they'll then understand that, wow, there's a token behind this, and, you know, perhaps I can start to, you know, dabble in that side of the token world. Sorry, I completely lost my.
That's fine. Yeah.
What was the question again?
So yeah, you can buy the gems directly in the app, because obviously that appeals to the masses, right?
Correct.
And will really help with the adoption side of things. So it's really is interesting stuff for sure. And I mean, me and Chris, we're into a lot of the the collectible side of things as well. You know, Batman and things like that for sure. And I guess that then actually leads us on to the next section, Chris, which is all about the brands and the partnerships, right? Because you know, I'm more of a Marvel than a DC fan myself, but I do like a bit of the darker side of things when it comes to the DC side. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. But so we have got a couple of questions that our viewers have sent in, haven't we, Chris?
Yeah. So one of the individuals has sent in a message. The new releases are always dropped on a Thursday at 7 a.m. PST. Are there any plans to stagger the release times, considering the Australian I guess area? And some of our viewers have also asked about the Pokemon side of things and the Dragon Ball Z. We've got lots of fans that are really interested in that, and as you're probably well aware, there's lots of rumors sort of flying around. So yeah,
well, I mean, to basically nip the rumors in the bud, if we haven't announced it, it's not true.
I love that. I love that.
I mean, you know, I mean, honestly, I wish it was this easy to get all of these licensors on board, but the reality, it's not. You know, like, you know, we don't have Pokemon, we don't have these other brands. That's not to say, you know, we won't try in the future. But yeah, unless you've officially heard it from us, or, you know, from someone in our team, then you need to assume that it's speculation. I think the whole Pokemon rumor came up, like, you know, weeks and weeks ago, and has been been flying through the internet. I mean, the last brand that we announced is General Motors, which is cool. You know, tons of their vehicles for our vehicle category. I'm very excited about that. We have a couple of other players moving into this category in the next sort of couple of months as well. But also, you know, we are working with other licensors right now. So, you know, our objective from the beginning has always been to try and corner this NFT market in two ways. Number one, create an amazing product that collectors love to use. And number two, try and secure as many brands as we can, because, you know, that's what brings fans. That's what they love. You know, it's like you guys say, you know, you love Batman, you love the darker side of that. And that's a huge kind of thing for us. So yeah, again, watch the space. There's going to be more licensors coming on board this year, more brands, and some very exciting products.
Fantastic. Sure. And just around the release times, is that just a consistent thing, a Thursday at 7 a.m. PST, or something that you guys are considering sort of staggering at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now, you know, again, from the beginning, we nowhere near anticipated to have such a huge global audience, you know, three months in. So what we actually did was we sat down, myself and David, my business partner, and, you know, decided what would be the most fair time for everyone, you know, based on where we anticipated the audience to come from. And right now, the majority of the audience comes from the US. You know, for me, you know, unfortunately, I'm down in New Zealand, so I'm also in the 3 a.m. zone, which is not great, but I have to be up to, you know, to make sure everything's going. So it is more than likely that in the future we will start to do things like, you know, potentially do, you know, drop on different days. Like moving forward, we may have multiple drops per week, and we may stagger them time-wise as well, just to make sure that there is some fairness there. But a lot of it also does come down to, you know, we as a business, we need to sort of service where the masses are. And, you know, for the most part, that is always the States, it is always Europe and the UK. You know, in little old New Zealand down here, we normally don't get, you know, anything anyway. So yeah, I mean, it's something we're definitely considering.
Super. And I guess, you know, are there any plans to look at, I guess, other niches, you know, sport in particular? Again, some more rumors flying around, stuff around Floyd Mayweather, NFL, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, NFLPA, I can 100% confirm we've got those guys on. So very, very excited to be releasing, you know, those players over the coming year. Floyd Mayweather, I mean, I can't really comment at this stage. I think there might have been some emails come in, but yeah, nothing concrete. Again, you know, unless if it hasn't been announced by us, then it's just sort of speculation.
Perfect. And just kind of get back onto the Back to the Future and the DeLorean, because it's staring me right in the face. I have to talk about it a little bit.
It does look awesome.
Augmented reality, is that going to be like a key thing moving forward, do you think? Really focus in on that kind of aspect?
Yeah, I mean, you know, one of the reasons we wanted to include the augmented reality is that, you know, when we were looking at what was out there, you know, and as collectors, you know, I mean, for myself, you know, I like to tell the story that, you know, for myself, I'm a level 10 collector. You know, I've got my bear bricks, I've got my Batman statues, some of my other sort of crazy art. But David, my business partner, he's literally level 9,000. If you guys get the reference from Dragon Ball, like, I mean, he just collects everything and anything in an almost obsessive kind of way. So, you know, we've really tried to, you know, bring this whole thing from a collector's standpoint. So yeah, sorry, I literally haven't had my coffees this morning.
Sorry, don't worry.
I missed the question again. Just want to repeat that?
Yeah, just about, you know, augmented reality. Is it something that's absolutely key to moving forward? Because it's definitely very niche, isn't it?
Yeah, so so the reason we wanted to do that, and again, coming from the collector's point of view, you know, when we saw what was coming out, like, you know, most of the sort of the 2D, the little cartoon characters, I mean, it's great and there is some value to it and some people love it, but for us as collectors, it just didn't really resonate with, you know, what else is out there in the collectible world now. You know, when you have a statue that's tangible, or a die-cast DeLorean model that you can open all the doors and you can interact with, that's a whole other different experience. And so that was the main reason that we decided to go 3D. Okay, and that, you know, going from 2D to 3D, you know, is massive in terms of the production line. You know, what you need, what you have to put in place, but on top of that, it really makes the experience 100x. And in order to, and we thought it was cool, you know, it'd be great to have the 3D in the app and you can spin it around. But then with the advancements in augmented reality, it just made absolute sense that, well, we've got the 3D asset, we're already rendering it in 3D, we just have to push a button to make it render in AR. And again, you know, that was something that really enhanced the experience. And we see it like now, it's so good, man. You know, the AR photos that are coming through, you know, they're really going viral. And that's really what we hoped for the AR. You know, we in our business model, we anticipated that there would be some virality, you know, due to the augmented reality, because collectors, they love to share, you know, like, and that's why all of the virtual showrooms are shareable, and why you can, you know, I can go walk through yours and you can walk through mine. And in the future, as we expand on this technology, you know, we're going to be looking at a lot of multi-user stuff, you know, mini games. I mean, the virtual showrooms will become far more interactive, where users will be able to buy, sell, and trade directly from within their showrooms. So really looking forward to building out that sort of virtual space that people can sort of own and customize and make their own.
Definitely, it definitely seems to be you know, what sets you guys apart from the competition, for sure, right? It's just, it's next level, really, isn't it, Chris?
It really is, yeah. I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's
really do.
fantastic. So yeah, what else would you say was your USP, right? Well, other than, you know, augmented reality, is there something else that you like you consider like a part of your mission statement or your principles as to what sets you apart?
I mean, I guess the difference, and this is just my personal opinion, is that, you know, really what's out there at the moment is your, you know, all the platforms you've got are like the eBay for digital collectibles. You know, your Nifty's, you know, and Origin, all these guys, you know, they do a great job, and they're there to facilitate a buy sell, and that's a very straightforward process. Whereas for us, as I mentioned earlier, you know, we've really come at this from not from a technological standpoint, but from a collectible standpoint. You know, we saw the opportunity 3 years ago that this could be something very disruptive for collectors, and offer them an entirely new way to collect in this new medium. So because of that, I think that our sort of main USP is really around that experience that we offer to collectors. And I like to say, give the analogy that, you know, we've got the sort of the eBay for digital collectibles over here, but really VV is the Disneyland for collectibles. You've got your buy sell, you can do all of that stuff within the app, but you've also got all this AR. You can take photos, soon you can take videos, you've got your virtual showrooms, you can share on the feed. You know, these are emotional triggers that resonate with collectors, and we've worked very hard to build them in. So that's what I'd really say, that whether it's our USP or just our approach, is that, you know, it's been built and designed for collectors rather than as a technical, you know, platform.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely has that vibe about it. You know, it's for the people. It's for the collectors. It's to be used. It's to get in there and to, you know, to get involved. It's fantastic. I do love it, I have to say.
I was going to ask, you know, is there you know, an item or a character or anything that VV hasn't got covered that you personally would be really sort of keen to perhaps get on the platform in the future at some point?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, most of the cool stuff that David and I wanted, we just went straight to those licenses.
Got it.
We've got to be a little bit
selfish, right? I'd do the same.
Let's see. I mean, yeah, there's a couple of, you know, like, I mean, one of my favorite movies is like, you know, The Fifth Element. I'd love to get some, you know, some really cool, you know, characters and vehicles and all that from that movie. I mean, you know, I'm a big sort of fantasy sci-fi fan. Yeah, to be honest, there's too much to list, really. I mean, you know, we're really aiming to get kind of as many of these brands on board. But I do get often asked, you know, yeah, what is my favorite, or what do I want to bring on? But it's very difficult to say, to be honest.
Too much choice, right?
This piece behind me is probably the favorite at the moment. Yeah, because it's so detailed. It's you know, the interactive mode is super duper fun. But we do have some cool stuff coming up that unfortunately I can't mention just yet. That is also going to be really cool.
Fantastic. So Chris, have you got any more questions that you'd like to ask Dan, or should we wrap it up?
No, I don't think there's anything else that I can think of at the moment. Just love everything that you're doing, to be really honest. I think you know, the DeLorean and everything's just amazing. It's definitely my favorite.
Fantastic.
I really appreciate that.
So I'm going to put you on the spot now, Dan, and I'm going to say, you know, is there something that, you know, if you were to like a couple of minutes just to kind of talk to our audience, you know, why they might want to get involved with the VV app, etc. You know, floor is yours.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I mean, really, you know, if you're a collector, then you know the joy of, you know, going to find your favorite statue, or lining up at 5 a.m. in the morning to, you know, to get that limited edition item. then being able to post on social to say, you know, I got it, suckers, you didn't. You know, if you like that kind of thing, if you love brands, I mean, I guess VV crosses into a lot of different areas as well. You know, there's even though it's not a game, there's sort of a gaming aspect to it, in the sense that you're collecting, being able to set up your showroom, you know, have fun with your collectibles and AR. I would just say that, you know, really, I think we're entering a very new age of collecting right now. And I guess there's two kind of thoughts, you know. Number one, we've got the people who get in there for investment, and they're the guys that go straight for the ultra rares, straight for the secret rares. And, you know, that's normal. You know, some of this stuff that we're doing now is the first edition of, or the first appearance of any of these characters in this type of digital collectible model. So, you know, number one, you can get in for that. Number two, you can just get in for the experience. You know, it's a lot of fun. You know, many of our fans have, you know, seen their friends posting their Batman or their whatever Harley Quinn, and as a result have kind of got involved just purely for the fun of it. And then other people get into it for the, you know, for the market side of it. You know, I mean, they love it. You know, buy, sell, and trade. It's, you know, it's an exciting sort of part of it. And then one thing that I will say, that, you know, in the future, you know, we are looking to expand with the features and functionality within the app to allow users to be able to cash out, whether that's to convert your gems back to OMI, or whether ultimately to convert your gems back to some kind of fiat, or potentially even other cryptocurrencies. You know, that's another big driver for users as well. If you can sort of earn and make money off a secondary market, the same way that people do with eBay, you know, selling wares sort of every day, but if you can do that now in the digital space, that's yeah, that, you know, that's a really cool thing. So yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, overall, it's a very early time in the industry. You know, VV right now is sort of one of the, you know, the major players, and I think we offer the most comprehensive experience in the digital collectible space. And just get in and try it, because to be honest, the collectibles are selling out really fast. So if you don't get in now, you may miss out.
I can confirm to that. I was browsing it earlier. I was like, oh, that's sold out. That's sold out. That's sold out. I was like, oh, I'm feeling gutted. I wanted that one. So yeah, I'm going to be paying attention to the drops when, you know, when they're getting launched, and yeah, I can't wait to get more involved with it. I think this is fantastic as a collector. Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head here with everything that you're doing. So it's fantastic. So really do appreciate you hopping on the show, kind of talking through some of the audience's questions, getting those kind of answered for everyone. And yeah, maybe we'll do it again in due course. Once I guess things have a little bit further down the line, you know, get through a little bit further through 2021, and see what else kind of crops up, because I think this thing that you've created is absolutely going to fly away, and it's fantastic. So yeah, good luck to the future, really.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you having me on the call.
Right, so that's Dan from 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧. Fantastic to have him on the channel. Really appreciate him taking the time out to spend that time with us this afternoon, Chris, to go through the viewers' questions, to kind of get a bit more of an understanding as to what's going on in the background. So fantastic things happening with VV and 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧. I'm absolutely in awe with Chris with this app. I spent a lot of time so far scrolling through, looking at the various I guess, you know, collectibles that I've missed out on because I'm a little bit later than many others. And yeah, I'm going to be spending a lot more time here building up my own collection, Chris, because I think this thing's absolutely going to absolutely rock it. I think this thing's fantastic. And yeah, I'm in awe. I'm absolutely in awe with this thing. What's your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, similar to you. I think the things that I really like about it, the app's really easy to use. You don't need to understand crypto to get involved in the actual collectible side of things. Yeah, I just think it's the next level, or even a couple of levels ahead of the competition in the type of collectibles and how interactive it is, and all that sort of jazz. You know, the fact that you can, you know, show off your collectibles and all that sort of stuff. And there's a real opportunity for people. And I know you're saying, you know, you've missed out a little bit, but we're still early. So there's, you know, opportunities to get like first editions and all this sort of stuff that, you know, you don't normally get these sorts of opportunities. And you know, Dan did mention, you know, they're looking at like resale and all of that sort of stuff a bit further down the line. So, you know, for me, that really does interest me and is really appealing. I think they've nailed it. I really do. And yeah, I think it's one of those projects that I need to get involved in before it sort of starts landing on Uniswap's, platform and Binance and various others, because it's going to end up there. Like, it's just a matter of time. You've got the likes of Logan Paul and those guys talking about 𝗗𝗪𝗀 in like the social platforms that they run and they're on. So, for me, the adoption's already coming, right? People are actually going actively out of their way to try to get the tokens, and I'm not surprised.
Absolutely. It's just absolutely amazing. And this thing is going to do incredibly well, I am sure. So hopefully, guys, you found this useful and informative. If you've enjoyed the interview with Dan, let us know what your thoughts and comments are down below. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button. We both appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, because by subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And of course, with all this said and done, we hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.